Hi, I'm Bart Hanson, the owner and operator of CrushLivePoker.com. The following hand comes from our call-in show that we record at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Time every Monday. If you want to call in your hand, check out the phone number in the description. Let me go here to Gene. Thank you for being patient, Gene. Gene in New York, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Bart? I didn't call last week, so I guess this was
All right, there you
good
go.
timing. So I got a hand from 2-5, thousand cap. So I got a very, very good image. I'm having a very good night, sitting on a huge stack, 4K plus.
Okay.
Villain in the hand is a middle-aged black guy. He's definitely a recreational player, but he's like a regular. You know what I mean? He's there all the time. You know, but he's a recreational player, and he's like pretty tight and conservative. Like he doesn't like he hates to lose a lot of money. So he's like a conservative type of player, right?
Yeah.
Both like he's tight pre. He's not like limp calling, limping a lot of hands. And post flop, he's pretty conservative. Like he's taking a pot control lines. You know, he's not like going for thin value, like that type of guy. So I'm under the gun with ace king, ace of spades, king of diamonds.
Okay.
I raised to 25. Another reg, like a younger reg, who's kind of having a bad night, but he's got a stack of 600. He calls, and then it's folded all the way to the villain, who's in the big blind. So the black guy in the big blind, and he flops, but set over set. He's got 2.5K, so he's very, very deep. So he three bets to 85.
Okay.
All right. Like I said, this guy, like, he is not light. You know, like, I don't know what he's got exactly, but he's not light. He's not making moves. Like, maybe he's got ace queen suited, I guess possible, but, you know, typically it's going to be like something decent. You know, it could be jacks, maybe tens even, because, you know, he's out of position. But he's not bullshitting here, you know. So I decided to call.
How deep are you guys? You say 1K or what? Or 500? I can't remember. Or did you say?
Myself?
Yeah. How deep? What's the effective stacks?
I got 4K plus. He's 2.5K.
Okay.
The reg is 600.
Okay.
So
you call.
Yeah, I call.
Yep.
I mean, I think like four betting would be a overplay versus this guy for sure.
Yep.
So I call, and let's see, and the reg calls as well, right? So three-way to the flop.
Okay.
All right, so flop is now 250. Flop comes out king of spades, 10 of diamonds, 6 of spades.
Okay.
Okay, so I got ace king with an ace of spades.
Right.
Now, the villain, big blind, he leads out for 110.
Okay, so he leads out for 110, king 10, 6 with 2 spades. You have ace king, and you guys are deep. Okay, so you bet.
Right.
So, I mean, I would think that probably calling here is best. If you don't think this guy is light, I don't really see the point in raising.
Yeah, I don't. And I don't think he's, you know, if somehow he's behind, like, he could definitely, I think he could bet, like, queens or jacks just because he hates this board, you know, and just kind of, you know, doesn't wants to take it down. But if I raise, he's never calling.
Yeah.
So I just call, and the reg gets out of the way. So
Okay.
he's out. All right. So now turn, pot is 470, jack of hearts.
Okay.
Okay, and now he checks.
So now he checks. So he 3-bet you out of the blind, right? Bet the flop real small, and now he checks the turn. So, I mean, this is almost never going to be a set here. I mean, the thing that I would say is that, you know, here's the thing. Like, if you think that he's got ace-queen here some of the time, it just becomes a bet fold. But if he's got queens, he's always going to call. So I don't actually really, even if you were only to get one street, I think this is the time to bet. Bet the turn. And then if he calls and you don't think you're going to get, if he calls the turn and then you think he's pot controlling aces or some shit like that, you can check back the river. Or you don't think you're going to get a call from queens at the end. But this is the spot to bet now on the turn. So he checks.
Right. Okay. Well, what I was thinking, I wasn't really afraid of ace queen. You know, I think he bets it because, you know, the flush draw. Like he just hates to lose. You know, he's just gonna take it down now. He's not gonna, like, you know, slow play it because of the flush draw. So I wasn't really afraid of ace queen, but he definitely can check aces. Like I said, I've seen him take pot control line for sure. So, and queens, yeah, it's an open ender. I mean, I don't know. I decided to check behind, but I mean, I guess queen's probably not folding, especially if I size it small. So So I wasn't sure if I played it right, but so I definitely
I
kind
would
of
bet the turn. All right, so you
right.
check. So you check behind, and now we
Yeah,
go
I
to the
checked
river.
behind.
Hmm.
Also a little bit for deception as well, because of, this guy. Like I said, he's not paying off with one pair a huge pot. He's just not. So anyway, so I checked behind. River is three of clubs, so blank, right? And he checks again.
Okay.
All right. So here's the thing. So now, like I said, because I don't think he's like, I don't think he's got a set either. I mean, he would have bet. He just, he doesn't want to get sucked out on. So the question is like, how much should we be betting? Like, should I bet like really, really small to try to get looked up by queens, or should I just like bomb it to try to get him off a chop?
I mean, I don't think that there's no way. I mean, you're not going to get him off a chop the way that this hand's been played out, right? Like he's not going to fold ace king. I mean, I just don't see the point of it. I don't see that. I would bet an amount that queens would call. And you have the ace of spades in your hand, so you know you could have the nut flush draw. I like the fact the differences here. What's good for you here, Gene, is that a front door draw bricked out. It is a
Right.
three bet pot, but on a rainbow board, you're less likely to get heroed. But I would probably bet maybe 300 here. I mean, honestly, you bet an amount that you think that queens would call, but yeah, you're targeting queens. I don't
300.
think ace king's going to fold. I'm
Mm.
more concerned with getting a call from queens than I am trying to get a fold from ace king, as played.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, I wasn't sure. I kind of decided the same way as you, but I sized it even smaller. I bet only 200.
Okay, yeah.
And he actually tanked for like a little bit. Finally called with ace king, but he didn't even snap call. So like I said, very tight guy. But so after the way he was thinking, and he called, I was thinking maybe I should have been bombing because he was so reluctant to call. But
Well, this is where tendencies come into play too. I mean, I actually did one of the free lessons, the working hard, the guy subscriber when some guys wrote some testimonials and they got free lessons. I did one of those, and he was trying to figure out like how to learn about his player pool. And like in a spot like this, I mean, I would make a mental note, or if you're taking notes and you're trying to actually note players, like okay, this guy is going to sometimes check what appears to be a strong hand twice. Also try to figure out like is he ever betting the flop here with pocket queens? Because those are two things where you can actually sometimes concretely will say in a hold'em situation a guy will almost do this all the time and he won't do this. Like you're not going to really see a guy bet into two people with queens here some of the time
yeah,
and then not bet some of the time. Hey guys, if you like what you've seen here, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And if you want to check out crushlivepoker.com for the first month free, use the code YTA100. Click on the link right there.